Encode your DNA. Define your picture. Deadeye chosen. Sounds good. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal...
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Can't believe you did better.
The best end.
Guess left can be right, sometimes. Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. The deep cut. Oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Fierce. You should be able to use that. An emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Hey, nice shot. Ching! Careful of rope burns. Those burn. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. Need the right key? Just a few moves left. Make them count. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. quite a shock to the system. Let's try that again. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Don't stop pounding that one. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants...
Wesa gono ku bubuyu koto wato luwoya satuata tu wovu beboko mpa wefo wep.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Mooma knows you are here. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little... The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. You'll need a net to catch the... He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking for you.
tolu mawawanya.
He lost you.
Lua tolu tuka nuka nuburak.
The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived.
Befabihita.
The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse, his friend Gizmo is working on a mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast.
Nuka nuburak.
Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the world.
Befabihita. Huntuko tuvun kuiboda kilmok.
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the Tribe War and the situation with the World Eaters. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in. Curious about what's up there? Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be... Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions.
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
There's out of date again. He must have missed something important.
Palu, putulu, maotol, mpa, wherefore.
Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of date says someone needs...
Yeah, a bad.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's a bridge. Just get over it. Individual attention. One by one they fall. They've destroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began. That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem. Let's see. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Says the Sifu gets to choose who sees the Sifu, but he'll let you give it a try. The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 proceeded. There's something about... Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for it. Your Muma. Jagni doesn't. Says there is some darkness in the best of us, even you, and suggests you embrace that side of you and help them vanquish the tribes and let the World Eaters destroy them. He wasn't sure you'd do that. The Sifu was... Their kin must put an end to the war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. Even if you see the world differently, you must hit them as soon and as hard as you can. The outcome of tells you once you've seeing you. Anyway. Says Netra and Jagni are matched pretty well now. Right in the face. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Nice shot. Carving it up. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes... Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's son. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. Learning to swim. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. And he'll be... He says, at least... But you need... Judging by your Muma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. You know, she'll see you at the village square. She... Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. You should look... He wonders what usefulness you found. He says he can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. He'd... You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away. Then you've got a good excuse. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. That's all she... You've... They look determined. Better what? He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. That makes... He wants to know who you think you are.
Sivoro Akatira.
She asks if you're hurt. What happened?
Narulu, monidasa, yo no massa manbarut.
Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best. He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training. He wishes he's curious to see what you found. He says it's a...
Badan Udidi Mada, Sarevanyat, Segaya, Lama Yaba.
Yo no massa manbarut.
Your Muma says it's about time you got here. Hopes you... She says she is eager. Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you. Bin... You should... Catchy. Your Muma says she's never... It's called an automaton, and it... Says it's not a record keeper, more like a... Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day.
Asil natu.
Says a good rest makes you ready for rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Luka Luka from setting the world on fire. Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it.
Amu.
Your Muma said...
Asana yototopo.
Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you be... Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulks on the loose. You're half dead. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulks on the loose. Not dead yet. Took care. You should hurry there and help them storm the outpost. That you chose to ally with Jagni is a sign of strength in it. Look, an emergency box from the old days. Wow, bet that knuck makes a tight fist. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it?